Section 12 of Birds and All Nature, Volume 4, Number 4, October, 1898. Recorded for LibriVox.org by April Walters. The Armadillo. Armadillos bear the name fatu in the South American Guarau Indian language. Although the name is of Spanish origin, the Indian term fatu has also been adopted in European languages, except in the single case of the six-banded species. They are all of more or less similar appearance and habits. They are natives of the Southern American belt, extending as far north as Mexico, and the specimen presented here was taken in Texas, where it is occasionally found. The armadillos are at home in sparsely grown and sandy plains, and in fields on the edges of woods. However, they never enter. During the breeding season they consort together, but at all other times lead solitary lives, and show no regard for any living thing except as it may serve for food. Singular as it may appear, armadillos do not have a regular abiding place, and they frequently change their homes. They can dig a hole in the ground 5 or 6 feet deep with such expedition that they are able to have several places of retreat. The hole is circular, at the entrance from 8 to 24 inches wide, and at the bottom is a snug chamber large enough for them to turn around in. They are great night rovers and seldom move about by daylight, the glaring sunlight dazing them. When seen during the day, it is always in rainy weather, when the sky is overcast. It has been shown that armadillos excavate their burrows under the hills of ants or termites, where they are able to gather their principal food with the greatest convenience by day as well as by night. Besides the foregoing, they eat caterpillars, lizards, and earthworms, and are thus advantageous to the husbandman. Plants also constitute a part of their diet. Armadillos are not agile, but are remarkably muscular. It is said, to avoid their enemies, they can cut their way into the earth in places which a hoe wielded by a strong man can pierce with difficulty. The fatu needs only 3 minutes to drive a tunnel exceeding the length of its own body. The strongest man is incapable of pulling it out by the tail. Once in its hole, it is always secure from dogs. When it is seized by dogs, it never defends itself in any way. This is probably not from cowardice, but because it believes itself secure from danger. Best of all, the armadillo is a useful animal. The Indians are fond of nearly all the species. While it has an unpleasant odor of musk, it can be prepared for the table, and some think it one of the most palatable of dishes. One of the species can roll itself in a ball, which, however, it does only in extremity. In captivity, armadillos are usually put in cages with monkeys, who, if they do not precisely reduce them to servitude, at least use them as playthings. The monkeys ride their backs sportively, turn them over, without the danger they might experience from turtles who are less harmless, cause them no end of worry. The armadillo, with all his coat of mail, has a fur lining on his belly, and the experienced dog quickly turns it over and makes short work of the apparently invulnerable quadruped. The dog quickly crunches the thin armor and leaves the poor beast lifeless. Only the powerful digging claws, which might, one would think, be used in his own defense, remain to tell the tale of the only means which nature has seemed to provide him with against his enemies. End of section 12. This recording is in the public domain.